A few meetings ago, somebody volunteered to concrete the dog. I don't know who it was, but if we're gonna do it, let's get a hold of her and get the dog run cemented in, so we can give them dogs some exercise. Number two, are we looking into credit cards for the animal shelter? Are we looking into no cash deals there? Because I know a neighbor of mine heard that there were puppies being sold out of there by private people that work there.
You know, I would like to speak to that because I think that's a very good control on cash.
Right.
And I would prefer not to accept anything but credit cards.
I'll
Personally,
tell you what.
And it's just a very simple procedure. We just get a credit card machine and say no cash allowed.
When I was in good,
There is a cost.
Very minimal, we already had a discussion about
There's a cost.
this.
You know, these are-
We had one there.
Yeah, but again, if people have the option and somebody can come in there with cash, it makes it hard for us to account for all the cash that's coming in there because you don't know yet. And anytime you have a situation where there's volunteers, you always run that risk. I mean, I see it, you know, a million times a day. I mean, it's probably a little bit of an exaggeration.
just for everybody's benefit, the director of the animal shelter gave me the combination to the safe because she said she wouldn't trust anybody else with it. In case something happened to her, she wanted me to be able to get in there. I still have the combination at home.
We do a triplicate with 2 signatures, shelter employee and shelter director,
That's right.
For what?
like cash receipts.
Oh.
We did make them up, but they didn't use them for some
Well, we're
reason.
talking about the right way to
What
do
they're
it.
going for, there should be strict.
Well, there's a whole stack they can use from.
If people don't do it, they get written up. And when they don't do it 3 times, they get fired.
I have a non-shelter matter. The borough website, nobody's been updating that for months. We're paying like $2,000, $2,500 a year.
I submit whatever I can on behalf of the shelter or the, public safety, that kind of thing. I agree.
There is an
The
employee
webpage
responsible,
is-
correct?
Yeah, there is.
There is an employee responsible?
Yes.
They're not doing their job.
Where's the minutes?
Yeah, minutes aren't
We're
updated.
not discussing the last meeting, too.
The agendas
We're
aren't up
gonna
there for
do.
meetings.
It's useless, basically, when there's some.
No, whoever's supposed to be doing it is useless. That person.
I will say this, I agree with you, I'd love to have the access to the information all the time. We are a small town, and we're working on it. I don't think
No,
technology is
I
definitely
I just wanted to bring that to council's attention, that it's not being used.
I appreciate that, yep.
It's violation not to have minutes.
And the next thing is, Greg said there's no pets in Heather Glen. There's pets in Heather Glen.
Of course there is.
Huh?
No, Chris said that.
Dogs, dogs.
Chris.
Dogs.
Yeah, there's dogs there.
There's dogs there.
Of course, you wanna make a bet?
Not really, I
Well, I know, then you
I
shouldn't
didn't
say
think it
something
was
like
an
that.
argument, but there are dogs.
Well, I think that you're not
There's
supposed
dogs,
to-
You're
there's
not supposed to have
cats.
dogs, you are
That's
allowed
a
to have
little-
cats.
That's
There-
a stupid thing
I
to
lived there
say.
for 16 years, and I know that there are dogs there.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm done now for the day, unless somebody else gets up here and wrecks my brain.
Shoot you some ideas, so.